McCain's sick promise to Muslims exposed as why he crawled out of deathbed to kill the repeal. Early Friday morning, Traitor John McCain strutted into the Senate chamber to the burst of applause from Senate Democrats and cast the decisive vote to end the repeal of Obamacare. Liberals Friday morning were in full celebration over McCain sticking it to Trump and the Republican Party one final time, where headlines were hailing him a hero, nicknaming him Maverick like Top Gun's hero. Now McCain's sickening motive for screwing over his own party and all of America is coming to light, after what was just revealed about who is benefiting the most from Obamacare staying in place. In case you weren't aware, McCain is a rabid Muslim lover, not to mention the ISIS terrorists' #1 ally. During Obama's presidency, McCain took a secret trip to Syria to take selfies with ISIS members, where he later made a backroom deal to arm their rebels with millions of American taxpayer dollars. McCain's act of treason by aiding and abetting the enemy of the United States had enormous implications, as the Muslim terrorist who participated in the London Bridge attack and killed 8 people and injured 48 others came from the very same group of the terrorists that John McCain gave money to. Weeks after being exposed as a domestic terrorist for helping create ISIS and funding the London Bridge bomber, McCain was also exposed as the recipient of millions of dirty Saudi money, as these terrorists have been dumping massive amounts of cash at his institute in recent months. If that wasn't enough to make you convinced this man needs to be locked in prison for the rest of his miserable life, his motive for throwing America under the bus and voting against the repeal of Obamacare surely will. According to a new report from the Arab Community Center for Economic and Social Services, Access, the largest group of people benefiting from Obamacare are Muslim refugees from the Middle East. Being that McCain is the biggest Muslim lover in D.C., now it makes perfect sense why this ISIS-supporting traitor would want to protect millions of Muslim migrants from the devastating effects of an Obamacare repeal. Dennis Michael Lynch reported. Refugees and immigrants from the Middle East are benefiting from Obamacare, big time. For example, the outskirts of Detroit are heavily populated with immigrants from the Middle East, some of them refugees. Mosques are found throughout the area, including the biggest mosque in America, which is located in Dearborn. The Metro Detroit area has a huge Obamacare enrollment. Data shows members of the refugee and Arab immigrant community have signed up for Obamacare in huge numbers. The study from Access reveals that Muslims in Detroit hold Obamacare's largest enrollment grant, where a whopping 29,000 migrants have signed up in recent months. Obamacare is putting an enormous strain on the American taxpayer, where many families now struggle with the costs of Obamacare that is oftentimes larger than their monthly mortgage costs. When Muslims migrate to America, not only are they qualifying for health care and food stamps, but so do their 5 and 6 wives and a litter of spawn that each of their spouses produce. What's even more sickening is that after these third-world country migrants come to America and drain the taxpayers dry, places they've been allowed to invade then turn into crime-ridden Sharia swamps, where many of these migrants then go on to plot terror attacks on Americans. John McCain knew full well that saving Obamacare would do nothing but help the Muslim community, who currently comprise the largest number of Obamacare enrollees. Given McCain's direct ties to ISIS terrorists and his antics to help Barack Obama get ISIS into power, McCain's final act of treason against the American people shouldn't come as much of a surprise. McCain is a prime example of why term limits for United States senators should be put into place. It's incredibly hard to remove a senator from power, as they're not able to be recalled by the American people like other government officials. Knowing this fact, rabid liberal John McCain has been able to infiltrate the Republican Party, and do an incredible amount of damage to our country and to his party. It's time that we stop letting this man hide behind his veteran status while using his pal Saab's story as a smokescreen to deflect everyone from the unfortunate truth of who he really is, which is a domestic freaking terrorist. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.